how many people have seen this quote by Sam Altman? This was about 6 weeks ago. He wrote this, and he said that 95% of all marketing tasks would be replaced by AI within 5 years. So he believes that Gen AI is an extinction level threat to the marketing industry. He does here say it's all outsourced people, as opposed to internal marketers, which I'm not quite sure how internal marketers are completely protected. Surely anyone within the marketing space, if we're looking at this, is in trouble. Two things here, I guess, to pull out. Number one is I don't agree with him in that I don't think you can synthetically automate marketing completely or to the point of 95% of it. Really beautifully outlined actually by John just there in that we live in a data-driven age and it's really boring. Like we are overwhelmed, we are stressed, etc. I think it's the top 10 films of 22. You've probably heard there's 8 of them are existing franchises. Blockbuster, Top Gun. Top Gun was actually quite good, but most of them pretty ropey, repetitive stuff. And that's because Hollywood has been taken over by data-driven decisions. Like it worked, so that actually it's going to be less risky if we just do another one of those franchises than do something completely new and original. So in that same tact and how boring that is, I think if you apply the same sort of thinking to marketing and the idea that some autonomous AI agent family are just going to synchronize and repeat and make all the decisions for us, I think marketing will get even more boring than it is potentially already got by virtue of the data-driven age we live in. I'll talk about that more later. So number one, I don't agree with that. But number two, he's also talking about artificial general intelligence, which is obviously slightly more specific than AI and the sort of the tools we're all using nowadays. AGI is that point whereby an AI system is able to begin to operate as sort of at the intellectual level of a human, and it's making decisions that it's maybe not being asked to make, it's connecting things, and it's then doing things with those decisions and moving forward. If you say, and that's the 5-year time frame, so he says within 5 years, because he thinks AGI is here within 5 years. Elon Musk thinks with next year we're getting there. Jan LeCun at Meta thinks it'll never happen. So go and read all the titans of AI. They're all fighting about this. It's not a given, AGI. If they say AGI is coming, and again another terrible Dawley image for you. You can insert any industry. If we actually get to a point where autonomous AI agents make decisions and go across that, then all of us, irregardless of what industry in, all of us are being replaced. And then I won't actually really care about the marketing industry very much because we're going to be caring about how I feed those 3 kids. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, the social, macroeconomic repercussions of AGI will leave conferences like this so, we will be done with this and we'll all be fighting the streets or growing carrots, I don't know, whichever way it'll go. So I am not when I talk about alarmism, I don't think I personally, again, read lots on this. It's really interesting seeing what people much cleverer and more informed than I am, but all the different debates. I don't think the robots are all going to kill us. I'm not over there with the doomism, but I'm also not at the space where I think it's a load of bullshit and can be relatively ignored. I think there's something here that's really important, and as marketeers, we have to engage with it. And if you get rid of all of the debate and all of the noise, the single thing you need to think about is productivity. That's the change that Gen AI will make to marketing, and that is what we have to engage with. How long things take. And it's really basic, and it's actually quite nice to bring it down from the debates about, can you replace creativity with AI, or media buying will never be the same, or it need human intervention. Just think about productivity. How long do things take? And why this is important is because marketing is a professional services sector, and that is very simply selling people's time. So 8 and 4, we sell our team's time. If you're within a marketing team, you sell your time. It's a time-based model, professional services. It's like I'm using my brain to complete tasks, and these tasks take X long, and this is how long I need, and this is how many people we need within the team. Now, Gen AI is an absolute once-in-a-generation disruption to that, because it is really systematically changing how long things take. Now, albeit in a very spiky way. So some things it's making much faster, and other things it's not adding a lot of value on. So this is by no means linear or perfect, but from our own sort of 12 months of looking at this and trying to harness Gen AI within our agency, how long things take is the absolutely critical question to remain relevant commercially as a model. If I try to sell something and I say, well, that's 5 days worth of work, and now it's only a day and a half worth of work, I rapidly become redundant. So that is the central piece. So where I'm going to start is a quick whip through. Again, we come from social content background, so this is focused on creative production predominantly. A whip through some tools that we're using and how things have changed, how long things take in our agency. And then I'm going to talk a bit about how I think as marketeers we need to react and some of the things that I've certainly been on a bit of a journey with in terms of trying to navigate this positively and productively.